I'm Barry Geoghegan. I'm the founder of Duty Free Global, and we're delighted to be here at the TFWA in Singapore Asia Pacific show. Good to be here, and pleasure to be with this friend of mine, Mr. Moodie-san.
Barry, wonderful to be with you too, and what a brilliant stand you've got around you. Really eclectic mix of brands. Tell us about your aspirations here for the week.
Well, the industry has had a tough time and the region has been quiet, but it's fantastic to be back at a proper exhibition. Last year we dipped our toe, but we couldn't show the brands like we're showing the brands. Now the world is back and up and running again. It's just been fantastic. It's been a great experience. I have never seen such a good attendance. From the opening cocktail to the amazing charity dinner you do the other evening, it's been supported by everybody. We all want to get back to work together in this channel and in this region in particular. So great expectations, great to see all of the people coming from China because they certainly couldn't travel last year. So in general, I think the industry is back up and running in this region, and this is to celebrate it, and we're all here to celebrate together.
Barry, tell us about Duty Free Global. When did you found the business and what's been the journey since? Just sum it up for me.
Well, I had always been in the wines and spirits business as an importer in Ireland, and back in 2010 I had this notion that because my father had worked in travel retail, that maybe there was an opportunity for a wine and spirit person just focusing on the channel. So I traveled to the Singapore show in 2010. I met up with you, with John Sutcliffe, with Jane Grant, with John Syme, and maybe 20 others, and just asked the question, do you think there's some potential in this channel? And the answer was yes, if you're dedicated and focused. So what we do that other people don't do is we only do this channel. We don't have a domestic business. We're not interested in a domestic business. We wish them well, but our focus is how do we put a bottle on the table and tell our operator that this is your margin, your production, where you want to be in terms of your business, that we protect the travel retail business, because that's all we do. And what a lot of our competitors are doing to become regional specialists. I decided when we can and as resources permit that we make it more of a global approach. So we have people based in the Americas, we have people based in Asia, we have people based in Europe, because that's what operators are. They're multi-location, and we need to be that multi-location operation. And that's what we're doing now. So it's a lot of people, and I'm delighted, but everybody in the team has come from a duty-free background. So John has come from Air Rita, Nicholas has come from Heinemann, Natalie's come from B&S. Tito has come from Grupo Wisa. It's all about duty-free people who understand the channel, and that's our differential. We're not doing any other channel.
Indeed, Duty Free Global, it says it all. And a really interesting, eclectic, diverse mix of brands. Brands, I'd say, with personality. Yeah. Some have grown very fast from almost nowhere. You look at Somros right in front of us, you know, a startup brand a few years ago, and look at it now, Silent Pool Gin, you know, you could name, reel them off. All success stories, but all success stories with something different about them.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, the route to market in this channel is quite complex. People think it's quite straightforward. It is actually quite complex. And these are brands that should be in the Premiership, but they are only in the first division because the route to market is a mystery. So we're trying to unlock that mystery. And what we do is we literally wear out the shoe leather, go to all the trade shows, meet all the operators and say, guys, you can have brands from multiple brands that doesn't have to come from a big company, come from small brands, family-owned brands, Gunpowder Gin, the people from Sazerac, Buffalo Trace, Fireball, and they're global brands, but they didn't have a reach and a route to market reach. Now we're providing that reach for them, and I think this is which is working very, very well.
Barry, can I ask you to change the subject for a moment about our charity ball on Saturday night on behalf of Smile Train? You were the auctioneer extraordinaire.
That's very kind.
I was very cautious, in fact a little worried before the evening that there would be the type of typical generosity in the room that we've seen in the past, simply because every business has had it so hard during the pandemic. Very much thanks to your efforts, but also the generosity of people there. We raised an enormous sum, north of 200,000. What did you make of that?
I think it's a reflection on the generosity of the industry. I think it's a reflection on the very well chosen charity. I think human nature being as it is, and family people will always respond to a charity that makes a child happy, and I think that was for me, that was the heartstring one. And I also think the industry loves to celebrate times, but also wants to give back at the same time. So I think that energy will always be there from the industry, and we're a very privileged bunch, and we know that, and we don't want to just sit in our havens without actually giving back. And I think the industry will continue to do that. I think it was incredibly generous of the Moodie Davitt Report to spend so much of your time and energy, because I know the complexity of organizing that. I mean, you're here on a commercial business, and yet you spend all the energies in putting together a charity where children benefit. So I think, Martin, you deserve the credit for it, not the people who donated, you and Dermot for putting it together. That's my honest opinion.
That's very kind of you, Barry, but your efforts on the night, my goodness me, you're a showman in the best possible sense of the word, and thanks for doing that. Well, we're going to close out. Barry, I think we should do it in time-honored style with a glass. Shall we have a little drop?
Let's do that. So this is Taylor's Wakefield.
Taylor's Wakefield.
Taylor's Wakefield.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Barry Geoghegan. Here's raise a glass to you, Barry.
Martin, cheers.